Hello. So, good morning, guys, or afternoon, or whatever time it is you're watching this, right? So, if you're watching this video currently, it means that you are trying to understand how freelancers make their money and how you can too, right? And we're going to go over that in the next 2 to 3 minutes. So, before we dive in, I want to assume that you already know who a freelancer is or what freelancing is, right? But if you don't know what freelancing is or who freelancing is basically the act of providing a service to more than one or two people, right? To more than two people. You're not tied to one particular person, you're not tied to a particular organization and the rest of that. So basically, if you have a skill or service you're providing and you want to do it in a freelancing manner, basically, you are not offering it to only one company or one person. You are offering it, you can offer it to 10 people, 20 people, 30 people, and that's what freelancing is. And the person who provides these skills or services and get paid for them is a freelancer. Okay. Now that you understand what freelancing is and who a freelancer is, so how do you make money as you are a Nigerian living in how do you make money as a freelancer, whether you're Nigerian or whether it is you are living as a freelancer? And it's quite simple. I'm going to show you a short video showing you how you can go about this, right? So the first thing you want to know is that as a freelancer, you have a massive advantage over people who are working in 9 to 5 or people who are just fluctuating. Number one, the favor of demand and supply works for you. Even if you've not scaled to the top of the market, works way better for you because what I what I mean by scale is not like you don't have to be like a senior executive and all this kind of stuff. Like you don't have to be like the best, right? So by supply and demand, what I mean is that since you are not working for one person, you have multiple people to work with, right? So number one, you can set your price at a particular level, and anyone who decides to work with you, anyone who decides to work with you, you can tell them, okay, I'm going to do this for $1,000. Maybe you graphic design, say you design the entire Instagram page for $1,000. Okay, if one client says no, another client will say yes. Because while one business is doing, let's say, $100,000 every year in revenue, another business is doing 1 million, 10 million, $20 million every year in revenue. So obviously, the ones who can afford it will afford it, and the ones who cannot afford it will have to leave it and go for marketing. Or if you are really good with preservation and sales, then you can learn how to actually make them afford it, right? And actually make them make a payment and the rest of that. Okay, because price really isn't a barrier most times when it comes to it. Okay, so now that you understand all of these things, I'm just going to take you over to the whiteboard and show you how you can make your money as a freelancer. Okay, so let's start. So let's say you are a web designer. Okay, so I will get as a freelancer, you have to have user services, right? So let's say you're in Nigeria. This is majorly going to business people, right? Right. So you're in Nigeria and you're a web designer, a graphic designer, you a content writer, and what this means for you is that you have a skill, a high income skill that can you pay thousands of dollars. Now, the most way you make money here is not by going to work with Nigerians. I'm not saying Nigerians are bad, but we are like the poverty capital of the world, and most people can't afford to pay you so much. Now, when you think about that, it's clearer, right? Because if you are working now, let's say you're a graphic designer who is well paid, you're paying 850,000 naira a month in a company. You tell your mates now, they'll be like, more big boy, you're making so much money. And why it sounds like too much money, it's not even up to $1,000. But now you take your service, you take your skills, how good you are, go to the international market, right? And when you get to the international market, you are offering your skills for $500 for a project, $1,000 for a project, $1,000 for a project. I started from $500 because that's actually small. And as small as it is, it's over 270,000. Right? At $1,000, you're almost at 2 times your previous salary for a particular project. So you see how this works, right? And if you're going to keep your retainer, keeping you at $2,000 a month, 1,500 a month, it's usually from 1,500 $2,000 a month. And it's that low retainer starts from there. If you're getting higher, like from 3,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 a month, right? And you see that this opens up a whole world of possibilities for you because obviously you are earning in dollars and spending in naira, and that's the main thing. So let's say let's just so first of all, So you are you are right? Like if you're charging $1,000 per project and you want to make let's say there are so many ways you can do it, right? Number one, find five like the person pays you $500 to pay people, like $1,000 people. This way, if you're charging $1,000, you have to find four clients who are willing to pay you $1,000, right? Now, what you want to do is get these $1,000. There are platforms like Upwork and other freelance platforms that you can use. But you see, the downside about using these freelance platforms is that there's no guarantee that all the jobs will only will among these right here that you are aiming for, right? There's no guarantee that any of these things will actually go. And this is what you want to talk about. So now you want to go into the big fish and find suppliers, right? And you do this by using LinkedIn, Facebook, emails, Twitter, any of this, because you are in control of how much you get to charge. You're also in control of how many clients you get. Remember, on freelance platforms like Upwork, and it's depending on how many jobs they show you or how many times you hire that, that job, right? And I'm not saying it's bad. Like last year, I made $1,000. It's pretty cool. But when you think about this, you now understand that okay, like you need to take this into control. Like you take control of your finances. So you know that obviously they're drifting freelancers because there's so many people that have skills and if you ask them, oh, thanks, what am I doing that design? 2,000 naira, 1,000 naira they're doing it's about 5,000 for $1 per dollar, $1 per word. That's compared to that. That's really bad. So, okay, so when you're not when you want to tackle down, right? So I want to pay $4,000 for so try for clients. Let's say you're in prospecting method. All the same time to the high paid freelancer premium program, right? You want to get so yeah, you want to get about depending on how good your closing is, right? And as you scale up, a new winner can make 4,000 as you have to 100 people. That's at least 50 to 100 people, right? So now when you want to do that, 100, let's say 300 people, 300 people with your code message, your code connection, and get them higher. You can pay them many ways I'm going to show you as a program, right? So now once you've done these new people, let's say out of this, only about uh, 70 people, 70 people reply you. Now, once 70 people reply you, not everyone will you. That's the reality of this thing, okay? This is why you have to accept rejection. So you're going to get rejection as a freelancer, and that's fine. When you get the money or more, you'll not be thinking of all these things. These are $4,000 you're aiming for, right? So our aim is $4,000. $4,000 is at today's exchange rate over 2.2 million. 2.2 million as soon the beginner or like someone who has been in the industry for like 1 to 2 or 3 years, it's a big deal because most people in average jobs don't make up to that amount even after 10 years of working. In fact, 20 years, what am I talking about? So long, right? So now you've DM'd 300 people, 70 people gave you a reply. After 70 people, you move on to, let's say, 10 people gave you a positive reply. And then after 10 people, you work with 4. Okay? And these are the 4 that can afford your $1,000. Okay? These are the 4 that can afford your $1,000. So you've made $4,000. Okay? Now, what you want to do now, if you want to make more money from this, right? Because you've seen how basically this works. If you're looking, if you're like confused on how am I going to know how to who to DM, how am I going to know how to DM them, how am I going to know the first connection messages and all these things, they are given to you as templates and shown to you in live iPage Freelancer Premium program. Okay, so you can get the link below, or you can click on the description and you see the link to go through it and see if it's something you want and get it. Okay, so now you can see that if you DM 300 people, out of 300 people, 70 people replied, out of 70 people, 10 people gave you a positive reply, and out of 10 people, only 4 were willing to pay you $1,000 for this thing for your work, right? So you've paid $4,000 that month. 300 people in a month is not that hard. All you need to do is about 10 people a day. Are you telling me you can't DM 10 people a day? That's impossible, right? It's so easy because you can find with the methods I'm going to be showing you and everything. It's so easy to find 10 people a day. Once you have these numbers in your head, that's fine. Okay. So now once you think about this, okay. Now you've done this thing. Let's say now you want to make more money. Okay? Let's say you want to make more money. I want to make more money. So I want to raise this to 4,000 from 4,000, 8,000. Now there are so many ways you can do this. Now you can either decide to charge $2,000 per project, right? Per project, or instead of charging us $2,000 per project, another thing you can do is basically you can get better closing, which all of these materials are also provided for you. And get better at closing, clients, right? And instead of giving you positive, you get 150 people giving you replies. Out of 150, you are getting 10 people to work with you, or 15 people to work with you. Let's just say 15 people to work with you, right? You get 50 people to work with you. Let me explain that. Okay. You get 50 people to work with you. And once you've gotten 15 people to work with you, now, if you want to make more, it's a matter of you want to charge these 15 people $1,000. If you charge these 15 people $500, you still make 15 times 5. That is, if you still make approximately over $10,000 a month, right? You're making about $12,500 every month. So you see that this puts things in your control. You're no longer panicking. Now, all you have to focus on now is to, number one, get better at your skill. Once you've gotten better at your skill, that's the main thing. Because if you are below average, or you're not that good enough, you're not this thing, you're not going to be getting, it's not going to be easy for you to get these people. Number one, your confidence will not be that high. Okay, your confidence will not be high. Your confidence literally will not be high, guys, because if you're not that good at what your confidence won't be high, and that's a huge problem because if your confidence isn't high, you're not going to be able to charge them what you deserve. So once you've gotten your confidence level up, and your confidence comes from competence, basically knowing what it is you do and doing it well. Once you've gotten that, next thing you want to do is know how to find these clients, because it's one thing to know. Oh, yeah, I hear people saying, I closed a deal of 3,000, I closed a deal of 15,000. I've helped my students put up one midnight and helped her close a deal of $15,000, right? Also helped another guy close a deal of $3,000. That was basically $5,000 into 4 months, right? For a web design job. He was working with an agency, designing all the agency's new clients' websites, right? So you want to think about these things, guys. So once you are really good at what it is you do, the next thing is to find it, because you hear people say, I close this amount of money on Upwork, I close this amount of money on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and rest of that, but you are like, when I see all these clients and the rest of that. So these are the things you are going to get clarified, and the rest of that, you're going to get them clarified in the high page freelancer premium program. So guys, I hope this has been able to show you how freelancers make their money and how you too can join them, okay? So I will see you guys in the next video. And if you are interested in getting the high page freelancer premium program, click on the link below. I'll see you inside.